It's Sunday morning, it's 10:30. I've had my haircut. The frost is thawing off the roof, near it falling. I'm going to load up with seed now, go to limb. I'm going to try and get some spring barley finished. That's really all the spring barley we've got is at limb, so we're going to go and try and get that done. Just loading up with barley now. This is the stuff that we fill the bags ourselves, and it's just straight out of the pile, if you will, not dressed. Hopefully that'll make it come up a bit quicker. All strapped on and loaded, ready to go. One of the reasons we're in a hurry as well this morning, been invited to a launch of the new Range Rover Sports at Media City in Manchester, or some pre-launch, I don't quite know. I have a feeling I won't be able to take any pictures though, because I could have gone Friday, Saturday or Sunday. It's obviously Sunday today, and I can't find on the internet anywhere any pictures of the new Range Rover Sport. So I presume everyone that's been invited must either have the phones taken off them or told not to take any pictures. So we'll see. It might be interesting, it might not be. Filling up Black Beauty. Hopefully it'll do it all on one tank. We've used £2,500 worth of diesel in the last week. We're here. Let's get this unloaded. Just set the depth now by winding these wheels up a little bit. Sorry, down. Put them down. Because it was going a bit deep from when we were drilling beams. And then we'll put a bit more pressure on them rear paddles as well. It's like a spout block there as well. Right, hold on. That's about right now. Maybe a little bit more pressure on that side. But it's burying the seed. The front leg's going in at a good depth to loosen around it for its root zone. It's not too bad, I don't think. We always set up not on the headland, because the headland's always different soil. Well, not really different soil, but just behaves differently to the middle. So the middle is in most of the field. It's not often you have to tweak it between doing the headland and the middle. But if we get it set up 100% for the middle, that should be right for the outside. He's doing a cracking job anyway. He's just on his second pass at the headland now. Do the headlands first, go round. Everyone says, how come we're not direct drilling it? Well, two things. We got the cover crop in, but it didn't really establish very well because it was so late. And it meant that it didn't basically grow. So the soil ended up quite compacted in the top layer. That's why we've lightly dished it, and then we're putting a tine through it to loosen underneath. The other thing is as well, is this ground before we took it on, had not continuous spuds, but had 2 years worth of spuds on it, and that basically lost all its structure. So we're trying to get some structure back into it, but it is very tight. So this is to sort of ease it into the direct drilling. We have direct drilled a few times if the conditions have been right, but this year we're not having a good cover crop. They're not right. Plus that drill levels really well any ruts that we've made, and also where we've been draining up here. Doing a good job. And we'll use a lot less fuel. We'll lose more fuel than just direct drilling it, but we'll use a lot less than ploughing it or sumoing the whole thing. Not bad, empty tractor, 28 minutes from limb back to the yard. Right, I'll go and get changed. I don't think I can take pictures because it says on the email for security they'll take our phones off us, but we'll see. There might be something interesting there, or I'll have to have a photographic memory. We can't go until Charlotte's fed the stray cat, so we might be late. The stray cat that beats our cat up as well, actually. I've got a bag and a coat. Still no Charlotte. She's lost the phone now. There's the cat spying to see where the stray ones are that are beating it up. Just popped its head out the door like that. Whee! We can go.
To get ready.
Let's go. The Media City, look at them. Huge dishes. BBC HQ. There's Salford University and the square outside BBC. This is probably the last thing I can film. Just come out, it looks pretty smart, not changed as much as I thought it would and some of the artist impressions on the internet, but it still looks really good. But we couldn't take any pictures sadly, so that's why you saw yourself going in a box. Anyway, we'll go back now and see if our Andrew's getting on drilling and try and get that ploughing finished. Charlotte's on the camera and we're just going to go past now Allied Mills, which is where quite a bit of wheat in the northwest goes into to be turned into flour. It's the big building in front of us now, but doesn't look to be any wagons tipping today, with it being a Sunday. And there's a River Mersey, so you'll see now actually when you go past. This is where I had a problem one day and I went up there to get the sample back off them. You'll see the intake in a second when we go past these trees. There you go, that's where the tip there, number one is. It's huge. Right, 724, Dowswell Plough. Let's go and see if we can finish that field we started yesterday. There we go, we're ploughing. Slightly off, I think it should be that way a little bit. But I'll see what happens when I turn around, in case the GPS has had a bit of a wobble from yesterday, because we're on it now. See how much it's dried though. Wrong way. Got the back window open so you get the smell of the soil. Basically carbon being released. So I've come up there now, got to the end, started to turn, and this buckle snapped. This is one of the reasons why I hate ploughs. There's just too much big heavy lumpy metal that can just break for no reason when you're busy. So now I'm gonna have to get the telehandler, take that off, get the telehandler, come out, shove that round, take that in, weld it and put it back together and start again. Luckily the yard's only there. That's the other thing as well, you need a full set of tools with you when you're ploughing, because things like this happen. Anyway, I've unbolted this now, we'll take it back, weld it, come out with the telehandler, shove it round, try and get going again. I'll just grind it out a bit so we can get a better weld in it. The wither. Hopefully I can get a good weld in that now. It's rough enough for in a hurry. I'll just clean it up a bit with the grinder now. Rob's got his Maxim in here, he's been messing with it yesterday because there was something wrong with one of the control valves for the rear linkage. And I think he thinks it's a diode or something, so I think he's ordered them. So it's in here from yesterday. It's welded now. Problem is, and every time I weld something, it's because something's broken and I'm in a hurry. So it's always a little bit rough. But we'll try it. Right, I'll have to shove this round now. And then hopefully then I'll be able to get the... Let's see if we can get it underneath here actually. Be able to get the pin back in. Let's get that onto there. And hink it over. Catching that tyre as well actually, the point, see that turnbuckle there goes tight, the other side then should be slack for me to put it back together. There we go, so that buckle's tight, so the other side should be slack now for me to do it. There we go, that is a truly awful weld. But we'll try it and see what happens. Take the Merlot off it now. Back going again now. Just the GPS a little bit. I think it needs to go a little bit more that way though. It doesn't look to be doing too bad a job now. Nearly at the end again. I think it's snapped again. Because it swung right over this way. Yeah, it has. I've V'd it out a lot deeper all the way around this time and I've done half of it, but also the wire speed was set really high on the welder, so I've turned it right down now. I've found out why the weld was particularly rubbish and why it doesn't seem to want to work now as well. For some reason the gas isn't coming on when I pull the trigger on the welder, and I don't know who's been messing with it because it used to display the wire speed there, and if I put it to display the wire feed the gas doesn't seem to want to work again. So I don't know whether there's something wrong with it or someone's been messing with the settings. But when you pull the trigger, it should hiss like that, but then it stops. And you pull the trigger again, and there's nothing. So there's obviously something gone wrong with the welder. So I'll just have to try it now. One side of it. That side welded pretty good. The gas was working. But when I turned it over, the gas stopped working, and look at the state of that now. So I don't expect it to hold out. I thought I could have used one of these, but they were a lot smaller than I remembered. It was in the workshop for temporary fix, but we'll just have to try that and see what happens. I've put it back on now, but like I say, no gas, so it's rubbish weld. Probably snap again, but might finish the rest of the field. But it's obviously a weak part of this. You can see where that's been snapped, that's nearly snapped, that bolt there, look at that. And the other side's been welded up. Probably like not the best design. You want something maybe a lot stronger or a higher leverage point, but then it get in the way of the wheels, perhaps. Well, we're ploughing again anyway. How long it'll last, who knows. Seems to be working a lot better now, and it even seems to be ploughing a little bit more with that furrow that wasn't. I don't know how long that thing will last. Someone said yesterday that I was being dangerous by standing on that there. Well, I'm behind the plough. I can't fall underneath it or under the wheel. And it was purely to get you a video in slow motion. So don't try this at home, or do I do all my own stunts? Who knows? But don't try it at home, kids. The seagulls are here. Lots of comments yesterday was like, why is there no seagulls? Well, there wasn't any seagulls because I was walking around the field in a big orange coat filming, so they weren't going to come and land while I was here, were they? Just going to back down this headland here now. Ooh, didn't see that bump then. Back down this headland here and do this one way, so I'll back up a few times and do it, and then this will all be done, and I can plough across the bottom then. Don't know whether you can see, but that's swung over at the back now. That thing has snapped again, but it works okay in this direction. So I'm just going to have to try and finish the field just in without turning the plough over, basically. This is the last pass now. It's a bit bumpy going down the end. We've got what's called a back furrow there is now stopped sort of over there, so we've got to level that out before we drill it. Just doing this little corner now, but because that thing's broken, I can only plough it in one direction because I can't spin it over, so I'm just backing up every time. Not ideal. There's no birthday bumper today because I am out still ploughing and it'll be dark, but there's Michael Remery's 50, Glenn Wright's 65 who taught me to weld it. He'll be horrified at the weld I've just done today, but doesn't help me no gas. Evie Rowe, Thomas Moss and Ed, Rowan Matthews who's 12 and Mike Westerby. I actually don't see the point in ploughing at all. You know, we've done this field now. We've basically made like it looks loose, fluffy, bumpy, back furrows all over it. Now we've got to get it flat and firm. We've given off loads of carbon, lost loads of moisture. And yeah, we might have buried some weeds a little bit deeper, but only for the fact we're growing sunflowers continuously in the same place. I don't see the point. I've wasted a load of diesel. I've worn a load of metal. It's just, I don't know, it seems so backwards to plough. I mean, I know everyone probably upset loads of people that still plough, but I just don't see the point whatsoever. I just think it's the direct drilling or the clay is a far better use of time and energy. It took ages as well. Now I know I've had trouble with the plough, and this is a bit big and there's a lot of turning around, but I don't know, it's just such a slow thing, and this is only the start. I've got to then go back in now and get it level and firm again. Anyway, that's it for today. I'm editing it from the field otherwise because it's going to be dark in a bit and you'll all be wanting to watch it, so that is it for today. I'll see you tomorrow.